Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Honorable Rector of IAIN Ponorogo, Prof. Hajah Evi Muafiyah, the Honorable the Dean of Tarbiyah and Teacher Training, Dr. Muhammad Munir, LC, the respectable head of the Social Education, Mr. Arif Rahman Hakim, the respectable the speaker of today's special event, Ms. Taunian M. Tesol, the lecturers of law, the lecturer of School of Law and Business, Hunai University, China. The Honorable all of my colleagues and the students of IAIN Ponorogo and all of the participants who have been joining us today. Would you please mute all
Mohon
the
di-mute ya,
presenters?
di-mute ya.
Before we start our guest lecture for today, I would like to give some of the information that today we will have the presentation first. The welcoming speech first before the presentation. And then we will give the opportunity for the speaker to give the presentation. And then it will be followed by the Q&A session. The presenters would be given the opportunity to give the presentation, not more than how many minutes, Pak?
Not more than 30 minutes maybe ya.
Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes. And then we will go on with the Q&A session for about 15 to 20 minutes after that. And the audiences can ask the questions by directly asking the questions for the presenters, or write down the questions on the inbox, ya Pak. Okay.
Yep.
Today we will start from starting to have the welcoming speech from our head of the social science education. Time is yours, Pak Arif.
Okay, thank you, Miss Inu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Sorry. Alhamdulillahilladzi hadana lihada wa ma kunna linahtadiya lawala an hadanallah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'd. Honorable Director of IAIN Ponorogo, Professor Dr. Evi Muafiyah, the Dean of Tarbiyah Fakulty, Dr. Muhammad Munir, and our special guest, Ms. Taunian M. Tesol, and all of audience in our guest lecture tonight. First of all, let's pray and thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. In this night, we can attend and gather in our program guest lecture, international guest lecture. Salawat and salam may always be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us, and we hope we can get his syafaat in Yaumil Qiyamah. Amin. Ladies and gentlemen, happy audience. Tonight, of course, I'm very happy because Miss Nana is pleased to share with us in our guest lecture program tonight. I don't want to give speech any longer. I just want to give emphasizement that the guest lecture tonight is very useful, especially for student of Tadris IPS of FTIK IAIN Ponorogo. At least there are 3 points that we got from tonight guest lecture. First, we can learn how learning process about value, ethics, and culture in China. Of course, it is based on best practice from Ms. Nana. And the second point is and teaching students insight about culture and history of China. We know that the China is one of the biggest country in the world. So we can learn much about its cultures, its history, and many more. And the third, it's important also, we can expanding our international network and relationship. So in the department of Tadris IPS, will always make a program, international program, especially to enrich, to expand our international networking, our international relationship. So for especially all of students of Tadris IPS, please stay tuned on this room. Don't get out from this Zoom. Okay, so I think that's all. What can I say? Because of limited time, we have no more time to do this program. And I think it would be not wise if I spoke any longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's we listen what will be shared, what will be explained by Miss Nana. And for Miss Nana, once more time, 1,000 thanks to you for your willingness to share with us tonight. That's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Pak Arif, for a very great welcoming speech. And ladies and gentlemen, today we have the theme entitled Confucian Disciplines, Strategies for Teaching History and Culture in China's Education System. Before we begin, first of all, let me introduce the speakers first that we have for today. Thank you very much, Ms. Nana Tao. I would like to share her learning experience. I see in her CV that I'm sure her management skill was great because in 2000 and until 2004, she had got 2 bachelors of arts, Pak. Jadi 2 Bachelor of Arts-nya in Business of English and in Bachelor of Management. Jadi yang satunya Business English, satunya Management. The other one is from China University of Geoscience, Wuhan English Department, and the other one is from in majoring economics, Zhongnan University of Economic and Law. And then in 2007 until 2009, she got her Master of English Education at State University of Wisconsin, Platteville. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it mistaken. Okay, and then the work experience from 2009 until 2020. She taught at Wuhan University, Wuhan Institute of Technology, and then 2013 until present, she has been teaching at the School of Law and Business, Hubei University of Economics. And I'm sure that she has many papers published in the respectable journals since 2013. Maybe the audiences who would like to know her better might be able to see her CV in the internet. Just put the name, Miss mana ya tadi? You just can click Tao Nian M. Tesol, and then you can find the research that have been published by her. And then this is not only great but wonderful. She also won several awards. The title of Scientific Research Activist in 2016. And in 2016 and 2020, she won the school level third prize in teaching competition for young teachers. And in 2018, she was awarded as an outstanding judge in the international final foreign language teaching research. Very great. Without further ado, let's welcome our speaker for today, Ms. Taunian M. Tesol. Time is yours.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't realize I did so much work.
Yeah.
Wait a second, I need to share my screen.
Yes, please.
Wait a second. Oh, can you see my screen? It's kind of the PowerPoint.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. First I would like to say, for those, I think it's 12 years as English teacher, I normally teach the, college English itself. And sometimes I will engage in the business one because I have the accounting background at my bachelor. And then right now, I will talk about some intercultural communication. You know, this is a real course going on in my university. And we will talk about the basic concepts about culture. So let's begin my presentation. And this one is about a story. Everyone knows about the Babel. And this is a tower, as you can see. And in the older Testament and following the Great Flood, I believe every student with the English background, they might be familiar with this kind of story. I will not illustrate more and let you see. And right now, we are talking about why we have language, because you can see it's academic one, speaking a single language. And with its top in the heaven, at least we be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth. So this kind of introduction, I will, and I already did in my class. And right now, oh, sorry. Let me. And another thing I will just came really quickly. Those are exactly the quotation I will use. I will read the first one for you guys, okay? They are one people and have one language, and nothing will be withheld from them, which they purpose to do. So from the last one, if God scattered them upon the face of the earth, it's kind of the confusion of tongues and confuse their language. So let it be. And this is the introduction part. And from another very famous man named Martin Luther King Jr. And everybody knows some quotation from his words. People fail to get along because they feel each other. They feel each other because they don't know each other. So that's the reason we need to talk about culture. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other because they are not used the same language. So that's the point. And after all the introduction here, I think is enough. And we're talking about the culture, sorry. And right now we're talking about in a broad sense, not exactly the Chinese one. So we may look at the definition here. I can show you some very fancy clothes like this one. I think it is from the minority named Miao. I think it's located in Yunnan. If you ever have the chance being there, you will see this kind of costume there. So my purpose is to show exactly the different agriculture. This one is Gugong. The name should be English, is the Forbidden City. And Warsaw is very famous. It has a really pretty review. So those costumes, the clothes, traditional one, and even we have the agriculture and even the food, because I'm kind of a foodie one, that can show exactly the culture, the different aspects. Okay, after those things, in the class, normally as a teacher, I could let the students brainstorm about, okay, maybe you should write down whatever comes to your mind. Because we're teaching students from China, basically they're from almost the same province, like the Hunan, Hubei, or even we have the Chengdu. So maybe they have different group already. We divided into randomly to let they have the brainstorming to let them to write down what is the culture in your mind. So that's the actual activity going on in my class. And so there, after doing that, I will present some well-known definition like this. Actually, that's also an introduction part. The complex whole, which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, lore, custom, and any other capability and habits acquired by men as a member of society. So that's the earliest one. So that's the reason why we should code, because this one is really like the foundation of the culture. So after doing that, of course, we have another really famous quotation, like a culture is communication and communication is culture. After doing that, I use someone like Liang Shuming. This one is Chinese, if you can see. This is really a very known Chinese scholar, the last Confucianism in China. And he offers 3 aspects of the culture. And right now, you can emerge with the book talking about the definition of a culture. We have 3 aspects. One is material one is social, one is spiritual. For me, material, like, okay, such as essential things for human survival. And the social one is much like the lifestyles, the values, the social organization, or even the political or even economic relation. Okay, the last one is the spiritual one, like the religion, the philosophy, the system. So Liang, actually divides into 3 parts, and he is the representative of the Chinese one. And right now, the other one also agree that culture refers to the total way of living of the particular groups of people, and it includes everything that a group of people think, say, do, and make. Okay, the last conclusion in my class will be, okay, what is culture? After discussion, after showing different aspects of a different country, you can see culture is the whole collection. Sorry, I'm kind of too rush. And this one is a whole collection of our living patterns and behavior. So that's the reason why I use the red one to emphasize, okay, after my class, you need to know what's the definition in the textbook. We use a textbook actually written by a Chinese one. It's a very famous publisher. It's Peking University, 北京大学. It's a really good one. And we choose that one because it fits our participants, like the students, the feature. So after doing that, people are different from each other. For example, like an education, because we as teacher, we normally can say something a lot about relates to the education. So why Ellie Woods considered diverse by Harvard Law School, and why is Ellie Woods admitted by Harvard Lord? You can see there is this one is actually a video. It's kind of the activity you can see, but right now it's broken. I can open it for you guys. And this one is kind of another warm-up activity to let my students to discuss what is diversity. After, there is a definition of the red one, the whole collection of our living patterns and behavior. But as a Han minority, if you see my personal identification, my IC in China, there is a one word, Hanzu. I belongs to the Han minority. So that's my group. And especially in my environment, not so many are like the Tibet students, really like 1 in 1,000, just 1 Tibet students. So my diversity is not as so diverse here. I am here in Malaysia and in UKM campus. And right now, I was exposed to the diversity of the culture. So I will talk more in my class after I get back to there, to my school. So in those exactly diverse things we will discuss with my students, and also about the strengths. Normally, the reason why I picked American, because movies. Students are close to the movies. They don't like the books. So American one is really a good one to talk about, to compare it. What about the strengths, the weaknesses? Let them to decide which is emerging of the definition of the culture. And here there are something like the metaphors of the culture, like the iceberg, the software, the ruler, the alien. I like the alien really much. Actually, Ima, actually there's a song about alien, and it's really very famous. I remember your friend lecturer went to Taiwan, and
Yes.
no, yeah, it's okay. It's an alien song.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yang
Miss Naja.
Wei. Yes. Later I will share the song. Okay, it's a really good one. And water, of course, alien in that song represent the love. You need to open yourself to your boyfriend or partner or spouse. So that's the alien. But here in culture is a similar one. If you want to get at the core of the onion, you need to immerse in it and find your place and to do more interaction or communication with the outsider. Otherwise, you will always be the outsider of the whole culture. So water that fish is swimming in. This one is really a pretty one, neat one. And right now, those three items are in our textbook in my school, okay? And the iceberg, I will illustrate more about that. You can see we have the process and we have the norms. Those things are emerged with the cold water here. But you can see exactly the one is stated value, the processes. So that's the reason we have the objective one, subjective one. Well, normally we divide into two parts, okay? One is objective, is visible, and it's a small part. But the more core is about subjective one, is invisible. And those things actually take account a much more larger part, like the feeling, like the attitude. So you can just talk, communicate, can just reveal those invisible, not from books, is from talking to the Chinese people. And right now we can talk about both which of the following are both the water and which are below. So we can talk about something people eat well, or even you can see there's a last the reason why I list those things more specifically here, because this is really close to the students. Like different people in Chongqing, they have very different and unique the wedding ritual, the wedding ceremony. So how they just well in that wedding is kind of a part of the culture. And I was inspired by my students because I never live in Chongqing. I just take a tour and so that's the thing I designed this part. And also from this one, you can see this one is, for me, I'm kind of a visual one. I used the image and the picture for my students to grasp the abstract concept, like what is culture and how can you emerge in. So that's basically everything I need to talk in my class. And what about the software? For especially, I'm not kind of stereotype, but for the boys, this one is really good. It's really neat. And this one is dimension of the culture strategy facilitation, and you can have the really software on the mind. It's much easier for them to comprehend what is the culture. And the last one is operation assessment, similar one. And then I talk about the rules of the game. Everybody is playing in any particular social. Like us, we have the soccer team. Especially I think is the male one. In Chinese, 男足, nan is a Chinese character represent male. 足 actually is the football, it's the soccer. We usually talk about the football instead of soccer game. So this is the rule of the game. Is kind of when you want to emerge in one, you can just with your friends to go to watch the football game. Normally the girls like to see the concerts, but the boys love to football game. Everybody is playing in any social, although we generally are not highly aware of the rules at any given moment. Even you have no idea what is the article aspect, but you definitely be immersed in that culture during that specific activity. So that's the reason we talk about the rule of the game. And the last one is about the case study. I can skip that one, okay? And the reason why, because help yourself and be my guest. That's totally two different ways. You can see this one is really neat one. Richard, the United States, maybe citizen, and you know, there's a really funny one. I could put this aside. In that video, we have a very funny one. Like me, I'm a Chinese. If I went to the United States and I want a cup of hot tea, but they don't have it. But when you order hot, you know, the pure, sorry, if I want the hot water, they will not be provided such a services. But if you want a hot tea, solely you will get one, but you are so confused. Why? Because there is a tea bag in the hot water. I just want hot water. You give me both combination. Can I just keep it one? So it's kind of very different way of the people calling it or in their culture. So that's the one thing. And another one is about audience. Audience is always my favorite part, you know. Can you hear me? Because mute. Yeah. And right now, based on token culture like the onion, you can see it's a really good one. It's really neat image. When you strip it nail by nail, and Ima, that's also the lyrics in that song. It's the same thing. You will notice the fact that the culture also has 3 layers. Yes. Okay. And the 3 layers, one is outer one, of course, is the symbols. You can see words, color, artifacts carry special meaning. What about the middle one? Heroes, like that's admire person. Usually you in every culture, we have an admire person. You talk to them. I don't know whether you have the 人民币. Actually, that's ringgit in Malaysia. In yours, I can't remember what's the name. I once went to the Surabaya. I forgot about the name of currency, and they definitely will present. For us, we have Mao Zedong. That's the image just printed on the currency of Chinese money. So that's admired person. And there's a lot of books. If you want to know well about the middle level, you definitely go that books, okay? But of course, those books can divide into 2 types. One is written by Chinese person, another way is by the outside one, like whatever it is, Western journalist or the other outside people. That means a non-Chinese person. So that's the middle level. When you're talking about the inner, it's like the ritual, such the ways of greeting. The greeting is really funny one. I should say something in English, right? I came from Wuhan. Everybody here labeled me as COVID-19. It's a joke, actually. It's okay lah. And right now, and when in Wuhan, when you greeting people, you normally translate in English is, have you eaten your breakfast? It's so weird if translated into English, but it's so normal. And people does not care about whether you eat the hot spicy noodle or the dumpling. They just is like the sign, what's up? What's up is actually the thing talking about in American one. So that's the inner one. That's the way of greeting. If you want to translate literally words by words in Chinese, it doesn't make sense. But if you use, okay, what's up? First I came to America, they told me, okay, they didn't say hi, because in textbook we say, hi, how are you? Fine, thank you. And you? This is a standard one. But right, I went to the United States, they said, what's up? I was shocked. I don't know what to respond. So that's maybe the inner level about the rituals, like the ways of greeting. I think I'm in the street more. I don't want to in the street, because I believe there are more people to present right now. And those things, I can skip that part, okay? Like the heroes, Bill Gates, and example. And those one, the 7 layers, you can just say it. I already put in the words, but right now it's more visual, like for you guys to grasp what's the layers of the culture. So I will skip that part because it already, I think it's done, because the last it is written in Chinese. Sorry, it's the same thing. And that's all my presentation. Okay, that's all. Okay, I need to stop sharing, how can I do that? Wait a second, I need to figure out.
Yes, let's
Sorry.
wait. Thank you, Nana.
Okay. I need to stop sharing, right?
Yeah. While waiting for the audience to ask questions, it's really interesting to know that as we see language, thought and culture are interrelated, right? And you have given us the examples of how to greet in China. Have you eaten yet? Is that right?
Yeah.
It's so weird if we use that to while we go to other country and then ask somebody else about just the way we greet our friends when you are in China, right? It's the same like what we have in Indonesia. So in Indonesia, it's really common for us to say the greeting like, "Where are you going?" like that. But it's weird, right? If we ask that questions as the greeting for other people who have different culture. What do you think?
Actually, you can hear there is kind of they're emerging here. I'm in Malaysia, and usually the Malay language. I'm also learning Malay language, like nama saya Tong Nian. That's one sentence I can say in front of you guys. But the intonation is always done. Like, it's okay lah. That's the only thing I can say. Ima got the point. Ima really got the point, and she missed that LA really much, like the intonational one. So what I'm showing is actually, if you want to emerge in the culture, you need to go that space much more vivid, and that's the way of greeting. And I actually here I was asked like several times about my religion because I don't have a religion. Sorry. And right now but we do have moral values. Even I don't have religion because they are so curious about if you don't have religion, what's the regulation, like the behavior. But we do have the moral values. But it's hard for me to explain in a very theoretical way how it works on myself or even my group. So you can just welcome to Wuhan and enjoying the cultural integrated there. That's the maybe one way to do that. That's my suggestion.
Okay. Is there anyone who would like to ask questions? Silakan dihidupkan mikrofonnya yang ingin bertanya. Mbak Ima, do you have any questions or sharing the cultural?
Maybe she should show
Malaysia, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, Ima, please ask to your friends.
Okay, Nana. So about the culture, I think we say about the cultures, we have many many kinds of culture about education, about your food, and etc. So what do you think about the importance of culture in education, Nana? How we can to survive our education if you stay in the new place, maybe? What do you think about it, Nana?
Survive here?
Yes, maybe in anymore. Maybe you in your master degree you study in
United States is really a long
etc. About the system of education, curriculum, etc. What do you think about it, Nana? Maybe you can share to us about your experience.
Yeah, the experience in United States really far away from me, and I can feel the warmness and even like the culture shock. I can't remember exactly one thing, but right now I'm in Malaysia. I can talk about the surviving here, because you know, except the food, we talk about the food, right? And I found the vegetable is really not common here on the plate, but you put it in another way. It's like the side dishes. But in Chinese, we have a lot of vegetables. It should be included not side dishes. It's kind of the main course. So maybe that's the food differences. But right now, talking about food, I want to talk about academic community. I just think about that one. Before came here, pursuing my PhD here, I'm kind of have a high expectation from the Malaysia teacher, the professor, the supervisor. That's one part layer. Another one is about peer to peer. Like my classmates, like Ima is also my classmates, and we discussed about the systematic literature review. But actually, you found out it's really expensive. If it is hands-on systematic literature review, you need to pay like 700 ringgit here. I don't know what's the point. So that's my academic community. It's kind of a fantasy. It's like the bubble just poked by the reality. That's the shock. But supervisors is so nice. Supervisors, they are so nice. They are so kind and so generous. But right now, I want to establish my community. The reason I want to do that because I have a contract with my school, half a year spending in Malaysia pursuing my PhD, and half a year I need to go back to China teaching. So I'm not so lucky as Ima, and I need to go back to my school teaching, and I need my academic community. But Ima never discussed with the real things, the real exceptional things in her article. So Ima is not like the member of the community practice, whatever. So I'm still figuring way how to learn those things. And another one, I have an imagined one. If you guys, professor and the lecturer, they have their like the staff meeting every Thursday, that's the imagined one, and they should have kind of conferences regularly hold to have their professional development, right? I don't know whether as a student here, I can join that kind of conferences. That will establish a very, very good certificate for the one. So what about your opinion, Professor? Sorry, I talk too much.
No, we are happy to have the a lot of information from you, Nana. Okay, but Arif, do you have any question for Nana?
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jinu, for giving time to give question. Hi, Nana.
Yeah, hi.
In your slide, I know about the level of culture. There are 3 levels, right?
Yes, 3.
I interested in the third level. I read first. The inner nucleus level.
Ah.
How this level of culture learned by student in your university. So we know education is a transfer of value, of course, include value of this culture. So I want to know more about how student or how teacher or lecturer teach this third level of culture. So all of Chinese student, they can understand and use this value of culture as the best of their life.
Okay,
You can, yeah.
yeah, sorry. And for your question, the inner, the nuclear one, the lever, I think that's the core. For my part, I went to the United States. We have the homestay. I can put it here, type here. If you have a similar experience, that will be wonderful. Homestay, like the host family. Oh, sorry, the misspell one, sorry. And homestay is really good one. In my class, we have the acceptable grading, that's a superficial one. And if you stay at somebody's home, like for the winter semester, we have the Easter break, I remember. So that experiences had a really deep foundation influences about the inner one. You can observe how they eat, the differences, and how they think about the same like the topic, even like the pop culture. why Ima likes our song so much, except about the melody, and he can feel exactly the charming of the Chinese characters. And the Chinese character right here, I have a book. This one is, oh, sorry, you can see. It's asking question in Chinese one. And you can see, even you can hear, but you cannot write. And during those homestay, you can have a real true feeling towards the whole inner one. That's my suggestion for international student, because I once was there. I was experiencing the similar one. If you want to if you were invited to stay the home stay. And those things actually can created by the school and school. It's a school and school cooperation. It's not exactly the thing created by individuals. It's the institution to institution thing. So that's only my suggestion, but I didn't know how it really works. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Can I give additional question in
Please.
other topic? This is other topic. I met many people of Chinese. They are so very disciplined in especially in time in meeting. Indonesian people about the discipline of time maybe uh, still less than Chinese. How actually in Chinese education system teach the discipline for their student in order that they can discipline, especially in time, in work, and in every daily activity.
You mean actually the discipline, like you have different setting? Like I got my Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Management, arts, language is different the discipline. You want to know the distribution of discipline?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of weird. I can talk about that one. Sorry, it's not the wrong word. And sorry, I'm too casual. I thought it's a kind of friend to friend.
Okay.
Forgive me. And right now, for me,
No problem.
I got the master in the United States. From the display information, you can see this is a science, and then I think it's a science master, the science master, and I think it's the English education, like the subtitle. But here in China, if you mention about English education, that's definitely a normal school. Normal school is kind of in Chinese 师范. That means those type of school is supposed to train teachers in future, like the students in future. So totally different one. I don't know why the American, like the University of Wisconsin Platteville, that's UWP. UWP is my master school, and I have no idea why they set the science at the good way, and then have the English education in the good way. But in China, English education is supposed to end a language. It's not at a science. So later I figured out why science instead of language, because they have statistics. Science, that means it's like the engineer way. You have statistics. You have this is a full research mode. That's a different mode with the English. I can just say basically these things because I'm basically English teacher. I'm not actually a leader like the principal or the leader of my school. So I basically just know this kind of information in a broad way. Why they design like this one so different with American? Because when I get back to home, it's kind of confused what my English education belongs to my country. I cannot find it. It's totally different one. One is liberal arts in China. One is science in American. So I'm confused about that one. So that's my problem. I can just explain my personal one. Maybe you need a more broad way. Maybe later I will check with my supervisor, like the leader, the dean of the department, and I can just talk in privately. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
It's okay.
All right, thank you very much, Nana. If I see in the inbox there are no questions, ada pertanyaan. Kalau ada pertanyaan bisa ditulis dalam bahasa Indonesia.
Bu Jajak.
Ya, untuk teman-teman yang mahasiswa, silahkan kalau ada pertanyaan ditulis dalam bahasa Indonesia. Silahkan di inbox, nanti bisa saya tanyakan kepada Miss Nana.
Oh, sorry, I have to leave earlier because I use the hotspot right now. Sorry, there's no internet.
Okay.
Okay then. But
Thank you for
do we have...
inviting. Bye.
Wait a minute, Nana. We will would like to have the photo session with the audiences. Tolong dibuka kameranya semuanya.
Oke.
Pak Arif, ya.
Yap.
Ya. Ya, teman-teman mahasiswa yang ada di sini atau Bapak Ibu dosen yang ada ikut di sini, silakan dinyalakan kameranya untuk di foto bersama oleh Pak Arif. Silakan.
Oke.
Is this photo session?
Yap.
Yes, like this,
Yes,
Nana.
Oh, the other people.
Give your the best face ya. 1, 2, 3. Oke.
Thank you. Thank you for
Oke,
inviting
that's all.
me.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Nana, for your time. It's been very valuable information and insights that you have shared with us. Maybe later we can still in touch with IAIN Ponorogo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nana. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
谢谢。
Bu Siti Zaza. Harusnya
Teman,
tadi
Bu.
harusnya tadi apa itu terusnya?
Sebentar Bu, saya lagi mau.
Oh ya.
No. This is international guest lecture. Please by English ya.
Oke. Sorry. Sebentar, link.
Ya. The link of certificate, Miss Yayak.
Ya.
Yeah. Already.
Baik, teman-teman, silakan yang belum mendapatkan sertifikat bisa klik di link di bawah ini ya. Baik. Alright, after all of the sessions that we have participated just now, thank you very much for all of the participants who are here. Thank you, Pak Arif Rahman, for having.
Thank you, Miss Dino.
And it's very valuable insights for us to know the Confucian philosophy, in China and share with us. Maybe next time, if we have other sessions, I would like to help more. Thank you very much, Pak Arif.
Thank you.
And all of the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, see you later.
See you there. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.